What's up, guys? Justin Morgan here, Carved Up Vegan Muscle, and today I want to share with you guys some of the key concepts that are significant and important for you and for me to realize when it comes to building muscle and getting stronger. Two are inseparable. You can't separate them. And those two factors, just right off the bat, are one, your training stimulus, and two, your caloric intake. Those are by far the two most important factors for you to know in terms of building muscle. Beyond that, in my opinion, a lot of things just become semantics. When we start talking about macronutrient ratios and how much of this and that you're getting. If you are in a caloric surplus, it will make it much easier for you to build muscle. If you are in a caloric deficit, you're probably not going to build a whole lot of muscle, but you might, but it is going to make it very easy for you to gain or to lose fat. Now, I like what Eric Helms from the 3D Muscle Journey has shared when it comes to that, and he talks about how throughout the day when we go through periods where we are both catabolic and anabolic throughout the day. But what we really matters is that when we are, what the majority of the day is made up. If the majority of your day is spent being anabolic, you're going to gain weight. Ideally, I think that if you keep your caloric surplus to about 10% above your caloric maintenance, so your maintenance, the amount of calories it takes for you to maintain your weight, if you only go about 10% above that, so if your caloric maintenance is about 3,000 calories per day, then going about 3,300 then would be probably about the most I would recommend you go. Now you could go higher than that and gain more muscle, but you're also going to have a lot higher percentage of fat that you gain in the process. Same way with losing fat. If you're about 3,000 calories, go 10% below. So you're going to go down to 2,700 calories per day. And you will, if you did more than that, you would likely lose more fat. But on the flip side, you're also more likely going to lose a lot more muscle. Now that has been proven time and time again in research. But rather than looking at the research specifically today, I would like to share a book that I'm planning on getting that I have not bought yet, but it is called Renaissance Periodization by Dr. Mike Israetel. And he, like myself, is a fan of the carbohydrates. He is a fan of high carbohydrate diets. Now, he shares a little bit different perspective when it comes to protein and fat, but like myself, he inspired, well, he didn't really inspire it, but he shared it, which makes me feel more confident in sharing it too, is that the biggest factor that we see in terms of muscle growth and fat loss is our overall caloric intake. That macronutrient ratios are a much smaller part when compared to that and your training stimulus, when compared to those two primary factors. So for you guys that are like really flipping out, really going crazy over this kind of stuff, just relax. Don't worry so much about it. If you plan out what you're going to eat, I fully support that. Plan out your food and choose things that you like, things that you enjoy, things that make you feel good. And when you do so, make sure that you're at a little bit of a caloric surplus if you want to gain muscle. Make sure you're at a slight caloric deficit if you want to lose fat. Now, on the upside, I will add in that if you are an athlete, you compete in athletics that involve performance, so like types of weightlifting, any type of endurance, any type of field sport, any type of court-side sport or court sport, those are areas where I would make both of these changes very slowly because the additional weight can impact you if you're putting on too much fat, and your performance is going to tank really low if you try to lose fat too quickly. So for those scenarios, it is especially important not to do anything too drastically. Make slow changes and look at the long-term big picture. So last year when I dropped down to the 198 weight class, for my powerlifting meets and such, I ended up losing about 1 to 2 pounds per month. And people would think, oh, that's really slowly. I know so-and-so that actually did like 2 pounds per week. Well, one, more than likely they were obese, or they lost significant amounts of muscle and strength. I, on the other hand, over the course of those months when I was dropping down to be in that weight class, I actually gained a lot of some strength over the course of doing that. So you can make strength and muscle gains if you do things slowly and you're not too aggressive in how you approach some of those things. So be aggressive in your training, take things a little bit more moderately in your dieting, and that would be my recommendation. So sorry to drag on. You guys take it easy. Leave your comments, questions, whatever in the comment section below. Remember to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I'll talk to you guys later.